Well, hey everybody, welcome to Hat Hole Home Video. Today is a VHS pickups day. That's right. That was a weird pause. My brain sort of farted there, as it tends to do. I have a very farty brain. But yeah, I have found maybe not the most exciting pile in terms of quantity. I don't think quantity is going to be a word in our VHS hunting vocabulary for a while, ever since that crazy haul that we got from Savers, which if you haven't seen, go check out that long live stream. I don't even remember, was that like 3 hours long? It was really long. And yes, that's what she said. But yeah, it was crazy. So thankfully, I have been being presented with a little more quality, a little less quantity out thrifting, and that's not a bad thing by any stretch. Found an interesting little group of tapes here over the last couple weeks. So without any further ado, let us begin. Shall we begin? Yes, we shall. First of all, there aren't too many Mystery Science Theater tapes that I don't own, but there are a handful out there. Most of them I bought as they came out, and I got them from the Suncoast video that was, or was it Suncoast? It's not Suncoast Video. Suncoast Entertainment? Or is it just Suncoast? I'm getting completely off track. It was Suncoast. Most of them I bought new in the 3-packs that came out. But there are a handful of tapes that I never got my hands on. And one of them was the Shorts Volume 2. And actually, I don't have the Shorts Volume 1. So that's one I'm still on the lookout for. But to add a Mystery Science Theater tape to the collection, one found just out in the wild thrifting, was very exciting for me. I'm a huge fan. Minnesota boys, just like me, they're an inspiration, definitely. What did we got here? Ninja Destroyer, which I got to imagine is not a great movie, but that is a heck of a cover. It just drips cheap 80s, although I think the movie's from probably the 70s. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Listen to, okay, I'm going to read the back of this one real quick. We won't dwell on all the tapes, but here we go. I just want to read this. Ninja warriors unleash their anger in heel splintering battles over an emerald mine. See incredible kung fu heel to skull techniques masterfully executed by ninja destroyers in this gripping, rib-kicking bonanza of pain, revenge, and intrigue. Okay, I changed my mind. I think this movie is probably going to be awesome. And I should probably look into if it's public domain or not, because we might have to watch that on a live stream sometime. I also picked up this bad boy from the maker of Miami Vice, Band of the Hand, which I've never heard of. Although a couple of you on Instagram educated me about it a little bit when I posted a picture of it a while back. But I mean, come on. It looks pretty fantastic. We've got a movie that I think now I probably own 3 times, but I can never pass it up when I see it. Sudden Impact. I think I've got the like a puffy case version of it, or I could be, no, I'm thinking of a different Clint Eastwood movie. In any case, I think it's a movie that I have grabbed a couple times, and I really gotta stop. I gotta stop grabbing interesting movies. If I'm like 50% sure that I already have it, and it's not Return of the Living Dead or something, I need to just let it lie. Like, let someone else find that one. You know what I mean? This was a cool one. The Addams Family Hanna-Barbera cartoon, and it's the Reluctant Astronaut's Trip to the Moon. Now, I'm a huge Addams Family guy. I love the Raul Julia, Angelica Houston movies. I love the old show. I think the old show, I usually will tell people, is the greatest television show of all time. Although I think that's debatable, but I still watch it a lot. I still think it's very funny. But there's some old shows that really rival it. I do think I have warmed up to the Munsters in my adulthood. For some reason, I didn't like the Munsters as much as the Addams Family as a kid. And in a weird way, it almost felt like brand loyalty. It felt like it was almost like Nintendo versus Sega. Like, you couldn't like both. You had to pick. You had to pick a side. And I always picked the Addams Family side. So, but I've definitely grown to realize how good the old Munsters TV show was. And the Dick Van Dyke Show. Those three shows are probably the funniest shows to have ever been on TV. They're still incredibly funny. They're incredibly sharp and quick-witted, ahead of their time in many cases. Great, great shows. But I digress. Oh, what I was talking about was I've never seen the cartoon. As much of an Addams Family super fan or hardcore fan as I think I am, I've never watched the Hanna-Barbera cartoon. So I'm going to have to get on this. And that is also what she said. We've got Black Eagle, Van Damme, and someone else whose name I can't remember, of course, off the top of my head. Kosugi? Sho Kosugi. He's a CIA assassin. I assume he's a star equal to Van Damme, perhaps in another film market, some international film market. I'm unfamiliar with the name, but after Black Eagle, I'm going to know all about Sho Kosugi. Looks interesting. And Demi Moore in Master Ninja, which she looks like she couldn't be more thrilled to be in this movie. I'm glad they, I think, just used like a Polaroid that someone snapped of her as she was walking out of a restaurant for the cover. It's awful. I assume this is one of her first roles. Been searching for his long-lost, kidnapped daughter, Demi Moore. It looks terrible. It's probably terrible. There's probably a reason we don't hear about Demi Moore in Ninja Master more often. But you got to start somewhere. And as soon as you make it big, the people that made the crap that you were in when you started out are going to exploit it. So that's the VHS tapes. I wanted to take a quick opportunity, randomly at the end here, to show off something that I feel like I have probably shown off in an old thrifting video or something at some point, but I don't remember, and it doesn't really fit into like a thrifting category. But it's something that I want to show off because I'm really proud that I have this. And I'll probably have to continually, occasionally show it off because I think it's incredibly cool. But it is. So I don't know if anybody here is into animation cells. So when you make a cartoon, you have a background, and then your characters you paint onto clear plastic sheets, and you layer those onto each other, and each frame of animation is on its own little sheet. And occasionally I cruise and peruse the animation cells on eBay, and every once in a while you find interesting things for good prices. And I am a huge fan of the Beetlejuice cartoon. And I purchased a few animation cells from the old Beetlejuice cartoon. And I wanted to show those off because I feel like it's something that's worth showing off. So this is what you'll have. And this is the... So there's the painted animation cell. This is a pencil drawing that someone will use to paint over onto the animation cell. You can see the back. It's back painted. So they'd ink the outlines first and then color in the color so it looks nice from the front. And what I have here, you can see, like I have this Lydia animation cell, which these are the hard ones to get. Everybody loves Lydia, and getting Lydia in her netherworld outfit and in like an interesting pose, those are the harder ones to get. That's another thing to point out. Every animation cell, whether it's from He-Man or Batman the Animated Series or the real Ghostbusters or Bravestar, the Ewoks cartoon, anything, every animation cell is a one-of-a-kind work of art. And so I really treasure these. This is a one-of-a-kind piece of art that aired on television, and if this was destroyed, there is not another one. I mean, there are similar ones, but this one is one of a kind. But so you can take your animation cells and you can layer them into a scene, which is what you do when you're filming. And then you have them in front of a background plate. And that is how you get a cartoon. And I think that's incredibly cool. And I'm very, very happy to have these. The prices come and go a lot. It's really interesting. You know, I've been watching some of these things for years. And sometimes, you know, a cell like this, sometimes a cell like this would be $75. The Beetlejuice cartoon, shockingly, is not super expensive, but $75 is a lot of money for me. But then every once in a while, you end up finding something like this, and maybe they're selling a couple together. Maybe they're doing deals, but I don't think I paid more than $40 for any one of these. I'm pretty sure they were all under 40, and they each came with a background, like a reprinted background. The backgrounds, if you find an original background, forget it. Those are going to be incredibly expensive because those are even more rare than the animation cells. Because animation cells, you have to have 24 or 30 animation cells for every second of cartoon, but the background is just one background for, you know, that shot or that scene. So those are much more rare, but they came with reprinted backgrounds, and Lydia came with an extra guy who I don't know which episode this guy's from, but, you know, $35 and you get an extra animation cell thrown in, plus each of them comes with their pencil drawing, which is also very, very cool, and also a one-of-a-kind work of art. So, yeah, I kind of forgot about these, and my wife's friends, when they were Zoom meeting, brought it up and wanted to see them. So I busted them out, and I've had them out because I wanted to show you guys, and I continually forget, although I think maybe, did I show them off on a live stream? Welcome to the part of the video where I just completely derail and just start rambling inside my own thoughts. Huh. At least I noticed it a little quicker this time. So with that said, thank you everybody so much for everything you've done to support the channel now and through the years, but especially right now, it has been so heartening to see people care about the channel and be part of this community. And really, you are building a community around the channel, and it's really cool to see. And it's wild. It's fun to sort of be in the flow. You know, it's like you guys are kind of creating this current, this river that's moving forward, and in a lot of cases it's kind of like I'm just along for the ride. So it's super humbling and cool. So if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button. But however it is that you interact with the channel and support it, whether it's just by viewing the videos, if it's liking, if it's commenting, if it's subscribing, sharing, if it's being a patron, all those things, thank you so much for however it is that you come here, and however it is that you want to be a part of it. It's great. So with that said, thank you everybody. I will see you all next time, whether you are a dirty dog sleeping in the sun or an alley rat eating up the night. You know that you are always welcome here. I almost burped. In the video store. Bye-bye.